Films and television series, premieres at movie theaters and international film festivals. Lives of film stars and other daily activities. Stay up to date with everything that is happening in Kazakh cinema by watching Price of Admission.
On today's program, Oralman was named Best Asian Film at the Faj International Film Festival. The premiere of melodrama Radi Tebya, which is a film about polygamy. Faces of Kazakh cinema, film director and screenwriter Yerbol Boranshi. Oralman, directed by Sabit Kurmanbekov, has received Crystal Simorg for Best Asian Film at the 35th Faj International Film Festival, which was held in Tehran. It was my first time traveling far abroad. In a way, it was a very symbolic trip for me, since 29 years ago Serik Aprymov took part in this film festival with his debut film «Konechная остановка». As you know, I had played a main role in that feature, so it was very symbolic to finally receive an award at this festival after all those years. In my opinion, the film festival was held on a grand scale. I had previously visited only the Kinoshok Film Festival, which is covering films only from CIS and Baltic countries. Thus, it's held on a lesser scale than Faj, which official selection includes films from the whole world. There were many films that were shown across multiple venues. There were also a lot of meetings and encounters. After the screening of my film, I was surrounded by many film critics and festival representatives who wanted to give their opinions. The recent Faj Film Festival has also paid tribute to the legendary Iranian filmmaker Abbas Kiarostami, who died last year. Festival organizers honored him with a poster portraying a work from his photo series Snow White. Also, an exhibition of works by Kiarostami was held at the main festival venue. The program also included meetings with prominent Iranian and foreign filmmakers and film critics who discussed the different aspects of his personality and work. One of my greatest memories from the festival was a tour around Ghazali cinema town. It is the hub of Iranian cinema, covering an area of 10 hectares. Some of the old districts, streets and buildings of Tehran are beautifully stimulated in this area, and they are used as the locations of making historical films. I have been dreaming to visit this place for a very long time. There are nostalgic cafes, shops and restaurants also located at that place. A theatrical performance and a concert were organized there specifically for the international guests of Faj International Film Festival. The claimant's full name is Saparkul Azamat. Ethnic Kazakhs have been immigrating to Kazakhstan since independence. Repatriation is a difficult subject for every nation. Repatriates often face difficulty integrating into new lifestyle. Why did I decide to portray Afghan Kazakhs? It's because it's much easier to adapt to our society for people from China, Mongolia and CIS countries. On the other hand, Afghan Kazakhs come from a totally different culture and background, which causes huge strain in their adaptation process. That is why I chose them as protagonists of my film. Go ahead, Tell me, son, is this Kazakh land? Yes, this is Kazakhstan. When I arrived to the festival, I was told by my colleagues that our film would be screened out of competition, but then I found out that it was actually participating in competition program titled Panorama of Films from Asian and Islamic Countries. Finally, our film has won Best Asian Film Award, which came as a complete surprise to me. I didn't know what to say during my acceptance speech. I just said those words. Tashakkur Iran, Rahmet Iran, and thank you very much, Iran. One other thing, there is also a cash prize which is divided between film's director and producer. I am very pleased that it's not the first time Kazakhstani film receives an award at Faj International Film Festival. Last year, it was Yerlan Nurmuhambetov's film «Ореховое дерево», which also took the main prize. In 2014, Yermek Tursunov's «Shal» won Crystal Simorg for Best Technical Achievement. The fact that our films continue to gather awards suggests that they are highly regarded on film festival circuits. There are more and more Kazakh films that are addressing such topics as polygamy and adultery. For example, last year saw the release of Gia Nur's film Tokal, while the year's main film dealing with these issues is called Ради тебя. It was directed by Ardak Toliubay in his film debut and stars Azamat Satybaldy in a leading role. Actor Azamat Satybaldy also served as film's producer. It is interesting to note that in addition to above-mentioned topics, this film touches upon such themes as infertility and divorce. Hi, Mom. Everything is okay. I'm studying. As you know, I am also a merit scholarship recipient. No, it's fine. I'm just not in the mood right now. I cannot go on without you. I won't be happy with anyone else. This is my first film as producer. The story was conceived jointly with Ardak Toliubay. This whole project marks our first full-length collaboration. While appearing in the leading role, Azamat Satybaldy has also served as a producer on this film project. Maybe that's why film's marketing campaign focused solely on its leading actor, and as a result of that, all other principal actors like Zarina Karmen, Ayjan Bayzakova, and even the film director Ardak Toliubay were relegated to the secondary roles. Every man chooses his own destiny. If she can't have children, then you should find yourself another wife. If you don't confess, then we won't be able to help you. We won't be able to offer you a lighter sentence. Do you understand that? I'll give you the money. This is my first feature film. I have previously directed short films, music videos and commercials. So to speak, this is my first serious work. I, along with the film producer, had a long discussion regarding the film's topic. We were carefully choosing which themes we wanted to explore. We didn't come with the script right away. It took us a few years to complete the screenplay. Our film was in the development stage for almost 2 years. We had a long discussion about how to make it. Finally, Azamat Satybaldi founded Cinema 28 Film Studio, and that's how I became the director of this film. Film tells about married couple who are unable to have children. After living together for 8 years, Ayjan and Askar are dreaming of having a baby. Askar's father is very adamant on this point. He wants a grandson. That's why he gives his son a choice. Either he chooses his wife and by doing this cuts ties with his family, or just gets divorced. The protagonist commits adultery, and as a result of this affair he becomes a father. But he has no intention of either losing his family or giving up his child. He would do anything for their sake. This is an extremely relevant issue. That's why I think that many viewers will find this film very interesting. It's not your ordinary love triangle, but rather a modern-day problem of inability to have children. It can be said that 50% of this film is based on a true story. We decided against retelling the story verbatim. Since it's a narrative film, incidents, characters and timelines have been changed for dramatic purposes. Filmgoers could have found this film unsatisfactory if we had tried to retell the events in the order as they happened. It's a very serious problem. At first, we wanted to call this film Nastriya. Then we decided in favor of Ради тебя, since one of the main recurring themes of our film is love, namely love for a wife, a son and a mother. That's why we have chosen this title. I hope that viewers will find this film very interesting. I cannot predict reception to my own work. As my father used to say, let the film speak for itself. She is the one who came to me and started asking questions. What was I supposed to do? Anything, but not like that. After all, she is my mother. I'm sorry for everything. Yermek, just hear me out. There is still hope for us. There is no more hope left.
Так получается, что мы рассказываем о наших казахстанских кинематографах.
It so happens that we usually introduce you to our Kazakhstani filmmakers either when they are still studying at one of our film schools or when their works are finally being recognized on international level. But in fact, we also like to keep track of many young talents whose work is mostly done behind the scenes and who are on the verge of making their first feature film. Today we would like to introduce you to one such person, film director and screenwriter Yerbol Boranshi. When I first came here, I was about to enroll in painting courses. But then I changed my mind and enrolled in screenwriting at the Jurgenov Kazakh National Academy of Arts. I was studying under renowned screenwriter Shahimardian Kusainov. While studying there, I made several documentary films. I also wrote the screenplay for Arman Aldajarov's feature film Asan, which tells about grandmother-grandson relationship. Later, I found myself working at the animation department and writing animated films. Altogether, there were about 3 animated films made from my scripts. The latest of them is called Tastulek. Right now, animated feature film Muzbalak is being made. The film's screenplay was also written by me. Last year, Yerbol Boranshi made a short film Жасылмаған Zan using his own money. The film addresses the issue of levirate marriage. Recently, he has completed his newest short film Pater. It was produced by Kazakh Film Studio. The social drama recounts the story of a young couple who is looking for a room to rent. I couldn't overlook this topic simply because many young people, myself included, go past that stage in their lives. Every shot in my film mimics the style of a cartoon. I wanted each scene to be loaded with symbols and multiple layers of meaning. For example, film's opening shot shows the viewers the principal character's legs walking along the street. Suddenly, a heel falls off from the main heroine's boot. She breaks a second heel without hesitation and then throws both of them into the dustbin. Meanwhile, we can clearly notice that there is a pair of boots lying next to the dustbin. Despite the fact that they look as good as new, the woman doesn't pick them up from the ground. Through this scene, I wanted to convey that she is full of strength, determination, and sense of dignity. This couple doesn't need anyone's help. They believe that doing things on your own is best. A long overdue social drama tells about the newlyweds who are looking for a room to rent. Unfortunately, their search is not easy. At some point in the film, they have to settle for living in dreadful conditions. In fact, many of us had to get past all that at some point in our lives. What about you? What's new? Everything is fine. How's your youngest son? He's fine, thanks. Right now, he is in the village. The rain has started. Please don't pay attention to it. It's all right, don't worry. How can you live in such a place? But again, one of film's greatest achievements is the search for the language of film. There are many extreme close-up shots, experiments with shades and lighting. Film also features efficient side gags and concise dialogue. In my opinion, all of this could be attributed to the fact that Yerbol Boranshi is also an artist. He sees the world through painter's eyes. The opening shot of the film is a long shot of protagonist's legs. At last, the couple decides to abandon this house because of the harsh living conditions. We encounter them much later. Now they seem to have considerably improved their well-being. We can also clearly notice that their old boots are now hanging outside the front door. They serve as a reminder of the past times. Through this scene, I wanted to convey the idea that even if someone makes it big one day, he must always remember the most difficult times in order to not get a swelled head. There is a wise saying, know your strengths, Ayaz B. Know your way around and. It is a legend about poor man Ayaz who suddenly becomes a vizier. He hangs his old shepherd pants so that they will always serve him as a reminder of his past and people. Yerbol Boranshi keeps constantly experimenting with different genres, namely animation, documentaries and narrative films. He also has a busy working life as a screenwriter, producer and film director. Today we told you about Sabit Kurmanbekov's film Oralman, which was named Best Asian Film at the Farj Film Festival in Iran. We visited the premiere of melodrama Radi Tebya starring Azamat Sadybaldy in a leading role, and we also spoke with film director Yerbol Boranshi regarding his short film Pater. See you next time on Price of Admission.